Hello, everybody. This is the CXM Experience. I'm Grad Kahn, CXO, Chief Experience Officer at Sprinkler. And today we're going to talk about what is the CXM Experience and what are we going to be doing on this show. Mostly we're going to be talking about CXM or Customer Experience Management, something that Sprinkler is fantastic at. And we'll be featuring stories from different customers and actually customers and prospects who are interested in CXM and talking about it. Plus a few leaders in the field who are going to share some of their experiences with experience. So, let me talk about a few of the principles of what's going on today. It's pretty amazing how life has changed over the course of 2020. And this year, internet usage has increased 70%, 70%. People are deeply expanding their use of digital to do everything from shopping to booking appointments to connecting with others to working. We're all on our computers almost 24/7. And what this has done is it's driven a massive shift in digital transformation. Now, digital transformation as a word's been around a while. And I'd say maybe 10 years ago, digital transformation stood for let's get all of our paper stuff turned into PDFs, or let's get all of our reports done in dashboards, et cetera. But today, digital transformation means something quite different because today it's really customer first. It's customer led. It's about the customer experience because customers are interacting with companies in a digital context. The digital experience the company lands has to be amazing. Satya Nadella at Microsoft has sort of famously said that in the first 2 months of the COVID emergency, Microsoft saw 2 years of progress in digital transformation. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing, the same thing at Sprinkler, and it's kind of the same thing we're hearing across the board in many different businesses today, that this sudden move to digital has become an imperative. It's become, core to what causes the company to survive. It's become an experience about experience to make sure that company survives this experience. Maybe I use experience too much. We'll see. All right, so let me talk about care, though. One thing that's always been puzzling to me is that customer care has been treated differently from marketing. There's always been a customer care organization, separate, reports up to a different C-level executive. And then there's been a marketing organization, reports to a different C-level executive. And that's always seemed really odd to me because it's the same customer that's calling in to care. In fact, it's your very, very best customers who are calling in to care because they're the ones that are using the product. And so they're having problems and issues. And they're most likely to buy your product again. Ford's got a famous statistic, which is that 50% of all Ford buyers are already Ford owners, right? So obviously taking really good care of your current customers is really important. But it's so separated from marketing. And so what happens is you'll have a customer experience that goes somewhere along the lines of, I have a problem. I go to the website. I get cookied when I hit the website. In the process of getting cookied, I start getting ads for the product that I'm about to complain about or about to, sort of open a ticket on. As I'm opening the ticket and sort of dealing with a customer service person, ads start appearing in my various feeds and starts hitting me across the internet and sort of programmatic advertising. And so now I'm getting served all these ads for something that I'm literally complaining about this very minute. It's quite irritating to the customer and a massive waste of money for the company because I'm obviously not buying it. And so how do you get an integrated view? For me, I think this lack of an integrated view of the customer and what causes a huge waste of money and time. And so for our standpoint from Sprinkler, what you need is a CXM database, a customer experience management database. And what that does is it allows you to have a single view of the customer that allows you to be able to clearly understand everything that they're doing with the brand across different social platforms, across different access points like chat or email or SMS, and across different types of functions like I'm got a care issue or I'm being advertised to or I'm engaging with the brand in some way in a chat-based way. So there's this kind of constant need to understand the customer from a full standpoint, a 360-degree view, if you'll have it, is something that most companies don't have. And it causes huge problems. And we all feel it. As customers, you always know when a company doesn't know you. And it can be quite irritating. There are many situations where you've spent thousands or maybe even tens of thousands of dollars with the company, and they act like you're a stranger. It's extremely irritating. Like, how come I'm loving you and you're not loving me? And I think a lot of the things that are also happening in care are a bit dated. Care has traditionally been delivered by a voice with large groups of people around an on-site PBX in a large room. A lot of that's gone away, obviously, the large rooms of people, not sort of super cool in a COVID environment. For the first time, because these care teams are now distributed, VoIP is now a legitimate option. VoIP's really tough in a single room because it's hard to get the pipe big enough. But VoIP will work in a sort of single customer working from home context. But what we're really finding is that customers prefer to interact on the channels of their choice, what we call modern channels. The modern channels are the channels that have been invented in the 21st century. Things like the social platforms, messaging services, forums, blogs, review sites. People want to have you talk to them in the place that they want to talk to you. They don't want to have to find a new place to talk to you. It would almost be like if I were to call you on the phone and you say, "Hey, Brad, thanks for calling me. It's great. I'd love to talk to you today. I'm going to send you a fax. Why don't we just do this by a fax?" I'll be like, "What are you doing, man? I just called you to talk to you." That's a little bit what we do in companies. People will reach out to us on a modern channel, and then we switch them to something that's more traditional. It doesn't make any sense. So, as we kind of go through this journey together on the CXM experience, we're going to talk a little bit about what are best-in-class examples of customer care. How do we do a better job of that? What are the ways that experience can be landed? I'll usually share some good and bad experiences. I'll usually hide the names to protect the innocent. I had a brutal experience this weekend, which I'll share sometime later this week. And I'll talk a little bit about how we land better experiences, because the challenge is that in most companies, a single customer experience typically crosses multiple silos or multiple organizations. And it's that cross-link between the different organizations where the breakage tends to occur. And the customer feels it, but the organization rarely notices it because no one is examining those linkage points. And so it's this silo collaboration that needs to get solved in companies. And part of the way to do that, it's not the only way, but part of the way to do that is to have at least a single profile of the customer so you can understand who you're talking to no matter what group in the company you are, as opposed to having multiple individual customer databases, some that are based on selling to the person, some that are based on caring for the person, some that are based on servicing the person. You have those integrated so you have the full picture of the person, everything they've purchased, and then be able to have a cohesive conversation. So that's going to be the CXM experience. And I'm looking forward to talking with you each and every day as we go through this journey together. I'm Brad Kahn, and I'll talk to you soon.